Hello, everyone. Now you will hear a brief summary of the movie Kung Fu Hustle. The gangster from the Crocodile Gang showed up at the police station to get his arrested wife. He beat up several policemen and humiliated the station chief. The other officers froze in fear. Outside, he and his men faced serious trouble as they were surrounded by at least 100 members of the Axe Gang. The henchmen were gunned down with Thompson's submachine guns, and the leader's leg was chopped off in rhythm with a dance. The leader of the Axe Gang, Brother Sum, finished off the enemy. The gangster's wife was left alone and begged for mercy. They let her go, but only to shoot her in the back. The Axe Gang was the most terrifying gang in the area. As a result, only the poorest neighborhoods, like Pigsty Alley, could live in peace because the gang had no interest in them. The residents of Pigsty Alley lived in dire conditions, unable even to bathe without waiting in line. Among them were a porter, a professional tailor, a noodle cook, and the landlord of the pigsty, who constantly abused his authority. The landlord flirted with the tailor and a local sharp-tongued beauty. A frail barber couldn't finish his bath and complained to the landlady. She stormed out in curlers, a cigarette in her mouth, and immediately disciplined all the tenants, knocking out the clean freak with a slap. When she saw lipstick marks on her husband's cheek, the landlady began beating him mercilessly. The man barely survived falling from a height. In the middle of the day, two serious-looking men barged into the pigsty. One claimed to be a member of the Axe Gang, showing a matching tattoo. His sidekick, Singh, demanded money from the barber, but the barber stubbornly refused, especially as a crowd of concerned residents gathered around. Feeling threatened, Singh proposed a one-on-one fight. A peasant woman stepped forward from the crowd and beat him to a pulp. The scrawny locals turned out to be powerhouses. The short guy was a giant, the bespectacled one a bodybuilder, and even a young boy had the physique of Mr. Olympia. In the end, the failed extortionist was chased out of the neighborhood by the landlady, who hurled slippers at him. Singh threw a firecracker, which exploded on the head of the real Axe Gang member's right-hand man. Thinking quickly, he claimed to be part of the gang and asked them to deal with the locals. The landlady immediately fled. Just as the gangster drew his weapon, someone delivered a swift and devastating blow, breaking his spine. The gang called for reinforcements, and an entire army of gangsters stormed the pigsty, terrorizing the residents. Brother Sum's right-hand man died, and now Sum sought to find the killer, threatening to burn a mother and child alive. A porter confessed and began taking down gangsters one by one. The seemingly unremarkable tailor turned out to be a master of a special combat technique using rings. The cook armed himself with a staff, and together, the trio of kung fu masters unleashed chaos, dismantling the entire gang. Enraged, Brother Sum sought revenge on the pair who had impersonated gang members. Using a lockpick, Singh narrowly escaped execution and managed to save his friend as well. Brother Sum decided to spare them, intending to use them later. In the city, the two discussed who they could kill to join the gang. Singh recounted a childhood story where he gave all his savings for school to a beggar in exchange for a pamphlet. It was supposed to teach him the Buddha palm technique and make him a defender of justice. However, the technique proved useless when he tried to stand up for a mute girl whose lollipop was being taken by bullies. This incident made Singh decide to become a villain. After finishing their conversation, they tricked an ice cream vendor and ran off without paying. Back in Pigsty Alley, the landlady wondered why such martial arts masters were in her neighborhood. The residents were grateful for their rescue, but the landlady mocked the gay tailor in his red underwear. Everyone with a scream of unprecedented power. Meanwhile, Singh attempts to attack her, but ends up only injuring himself. Thanks to the fat man's efforts, Singh ends up with 3 knives stuck in him. After that, he pours a bunch of snakes onto his friend. The woman notices the duo and starts chasing them in a crazy pursuit. Something inexplicable happens to the wounded Singh. He is overwhelmed with power, and his knife wounds heal before their eyes. He returns to his friend completely renewed. The landlady makes a decision about the 3 fighters based on fortune sticks, drawing the one with the worst outcome. They will have to leave. Brother Sum hires 2 musician assassins, ranked second in the hierarchy of killers, to deal with his three offenders. Meanwhile, the Kung Fu masters prepare to leave Pigsty Alley, but decide to have one last sparring session before they go. Their names are 12 Kicks, Iron Fist, and Octagonal Staff. They were the best until they retired. At night, 12 Kicks encounters the musician playing the guqin, and the music turns out to be deadly. Within a moment, the Kung Fu master loses his head. The second assassin, with claw-like weapons, engages in a fight with Iron Fist. On the street, his rings are destroyed by a deadly note, and without protection, he takes 3 devastating blows. He is saved from death by Octagonal Staff, who tries to reach the musicians but finds their skill too great. Meanwhile, the landlady complains about the noise and narrowly avoids an axe to the head. She screams at the top of her lungs, snapping the guqin strings. The assassins prepare to deal with her, but they are stopped by the landlord. Every blow they deliver backfires on themselves. They end up beating themselves while the landlord remains unharmed. The tailor dies, and the musicians repair their instrument to deliver their most powerful strike. But the landlady easily counters it with her super scream, forcing the assassins to flee. In the next moment, the landlady is sitting in a car between Brother Sum and his accountant. Without a word, she makes it clear they are not welcome there. Somehow, the gangster's hair catches fire by accident. The residents mourn the fallen, and Octagonal Staff is on the brink of death as well. It is revealed that the landlord and landlady are the greatest masters of martial arts, who gave up their fame after witnessing their son's murder before their eyes. A local youth asks them to teach him kung fu, but unfortunately, only someone gifted from birth can become a true master. The cook dies from his wounds. Meanwhile, Singh picks a fight with a bespectacled man on a tram, but is immediately put in his place by him and the fat man as well. Upset, the thug laments that he has not yet killed, robbed, or raped anyone, so he decides to take it out on an ice cream vendor again. He threatens her with a knife and demands all her money. The girl cries but remains silent. The fat man finds the cash register. The girl is mute and hides her most precious possession separately, the same lollipop Singh had once given her when bullies tried to take it away. The thug smashes it and runs away with the stolen money. Upset, he also chases off the fat man, giving him all the coins. Singh is captured by gangsters and brought to Brother Sum's club. He is accepted into the gang, but first he must complete a task. He is driven to some mental hospital guarded by the military. During a guard shift change, Singh is tasked with reaching the farthest ward and retrieving one patient from the hospital. With great difficulty, the young man reaches the required door and opens it using a lockpick. Inside, he finds a bald, bespectacled man sitting on the toilet. This man is supposedly an unparalleled martial arts master nicknamed the Beast, who went insane due to constant training. He was released to deal with the landlords of Pigsty Alley. Brother Sum is convinced that Singh freed the wrong person. The newcomer asks the man to show him a move, and the guy immediately starts getting beaten by one of the henchmen. The bald man only smirks, grabs the pistol, shoots himself in the head, and stops the bullet with 2 fingers. Undoubtedly, this is the Beast. He wrecks the club and approaches the husband and wife who came to finally deal with the Axe Gang. They even brought along a huge funeral bell. These are the famous Kung Fu couple, the Vulture and the Dragon Woman. The Beast says it would be an honor to fight them, and that he only wants one thing: to kill them or die in battle. The couple accepts the fight. The battle begins, and the Beast easily withstands any blow. Even the strikes of a superhuman mean nothing to him. The Beast's skill is too great, and he tosses the fighters around like toys. The lion's roar technique destroys everything around, but for the maniac, it is just a light breeze. The vulture's technique is equally useless. The couple is seriously beaten, and then the woman picks up the broken bell and, with her scream, creates a real hurricane, sweeping everything in its path. The Beast is also seriously injured. He pretends to surrender, but instead wounds the couple. All 3 masters are tangled up in a struggle, and Brother Sum orders Singh to finish off the enemies with a table leg. However, instead, Singh smashes the leader's head. Then with all his might, he hits the bald Beast on the head with it. In rage, the Beast brutally beats Singh into the concrete floor. Unnoticed, the couple escapes with Singh's body while the Beast twists Brother Sum's neck. The last thing Singh manages to do is draw a lollipop with his blood. The mute girl remembers her offender and savior. Dressed up, the Beast searches for his unfinished enemies. The couple wraps the boy in a cocoon of herbs and bandages. They are amazed at how he managed to survive. This is impossible for ordinary people. Suddenly, the bandages start to burst. The Axe Gang, now led by the Beast, invades Pigsty Alley to finish off the couple, but instead they are met by a renewed and enlightened Singh, a man born as the greatest genius of Kung Fu. He demolishes the gang with minimal effort. The stronger blows send them flying like balls in a pinball game. Having dealt with the remaining henchmen, Singh reaches the Beast. The maniac finally meets a worthy opponent. Even the greatest master's strikes are hard for him to endure. Suddenly, the Beast gets on all fours and uses the powerful toad style. With a mighty blow, he sends Singh into the upper layers of the atmosphere. Among the clouds, the boy masters the technique of the palm descending from heaven, also known as the Buddha's palm. He falls down like a comet. The strike is nearly complete, but the Beast begs for mercy. He tries to play dirty again, but the divine strike terrifies him. With a single movement, Singh destroys the building behind him. The Beast is defeated. Sometime later, the mute girl sees a candy shop featuring her favorite lollipop on the sign. Inside, the fat man and Singh are working. The Kung Fu master and the vendor, now young again, take each other by the hand and run off together. Meanwhile, a beggar finds another chosen boy to con out of $10. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more stories like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any new uploads. Also, drop a comment below sharing your favorite part of this story or suggesting a movie you'd like me to cover next. Your likes and comments really help the channel grow, and I truly appreciate your support.